Department of Public Works Board of Commissioners meeting. It is February 11th, 6:01 p.m. Commissioners attendance: Dave Cook, Kevin Cleary, Ken Layler, Joe Iannone. Mark Poirier is absent. Yes. All right. Anyone wish to speak in a public forum?
Anybody?
Bueller? We have the minutes from January 14th, 2026. You got to write on the minutes. That's the important part.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes from last month as written.
Seconded?
We have a motion, second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right. Abatements. That's commitment. This is an abatement. Looks like an abatement. Okay. We'll do them separate. We'll do the abatement separate. So we have a trash abatement for 93 Candlewick Lane, looks like. The abatement's in the amount of $217.50, which is basically half the bill because they returned their toots.
Okay.
So I'll entertain a motion for that.
Each one, we can't accept all of the abatements?
We have commitments and we have abatements.
Oh.
I'll do.
So at least the abatements, right?
Yeah, this is the only abatement we have.
Oh, only one.
I make a motion that we accept the abatement as read.
Second?
Motion second. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Commitments. So we have.
No.
Look at that.
Yeah, we did one.
Oh. Well, now I'm confused. I'm confused again.
Oh boy.
So maybe they're not commitments. All right, so we get 684 South Ave.
So that's the new house. And we have to build them for the year and then abate them for half the year because nobody was there. So they got billed for the full year, then got abated, but they didn't move in until I think it was 6 months.
Yep.
So they get abated.
Yep.
For half a year. Okay.
Makes sense.
All right.
Pretty straightforward.
And the other one was Washington Street. Right?
Yeah, 155 Washington. Rebuild for previous abatement because they changed their minds.
What did they change their mind for, bro?
Oh, they were coming off the trash and then.
Yeah, Lonnie abated them before we physically collected the barrels and they changed their mind. So.
Change their mind to keep
But
the
today we made a
barrels?
rule, no more abating anybody until we actually collect.
Okay,
And they're actually physically off the.
makes sense. How if they come back damaged? Can't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, they're technically town property, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, no different than someone calls and says the wheel fell off. We go out and fix the wheel.
yeah.
You know,
At this point, most of them are damaged.
Yeah.
especially with the
The
weather.
management, the way that, the weather too, yeah.
If we feel that they did something like charging for them,
Do you? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the trucks aren't the easiest on these compacts. I've seen them.
No. Oh, jeez.
They're terrible. They squeeze, it hard in all directions.
To clean up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I was wondering.
Yeah, their keys in the break room over
But
there.
anyways, okay.
the mouse.
Yeah, wall pets.
The mouse got bigger.
Good look at you.
What do we got?
I'm
Site plan?
He's
so
supposed to cipher.
684 South Ave. We're abating $435, and then 155 Washington. It says 435 rebill for previous, and then it's like trash billed amount 870, less abated 398, total balance 471. I have no idea. I don't know. Can anyone?
Is that the one you talked about?
Yeah, this is, I actually asked her to redo it because the first one was even more confusing, for a sheet.
I just can't
So
figure out.
She has to, I go, can you put them on two separate sheets? So like one address is on one sheet, one
Yeah, it
address.
would
She
make
said
sense.
she can't because they went up as the same packet, 108 for, these went up together as a packet.
Okay.
Oh,
So 684 South Ave, they were billed to 435, and then they have to be abated for the 6 months that they didn't even have the copies.
They were billed 870, not 435.
Well, that was my initial confusion. I'm like, is that a two-family? Why did they build 870? The 870 was the Washington Street one, including in that packet.
Okay.
I said the same thing. I go, I don't think that's a two-family. You know, it's that new house on South
Yeah,
Ave.
no, it's not.
All right. So we're abating $435 for 684 South Ave for half the year because they weren't living there.
Right.
Then on 155 Washington Street,
She abated them, and then she had to, and that went through, and then she had to withdraw it.
Rebill, yeah.
Yeah, rebuild.
Got it. Okay.
oh, that was the one they
That
changed
makes
their
sense.
mind, okay. Weird.
so we're billing.
The total was almost $400, right? It was around $400 for everything? Right? Same
It's the
person?
cleaning company.
Oh,
It's a
is
clean-
that what that is?
Yeah.
No, well, they're two different addresses.
But same person.
No,
No.
Two different people.
Two different.
100%.
Where's the refund go back to?
The refund goes back for
Is
Steve Egan is actually going to get the half of that South Ave.
The South Ave.
He paid
South Ave?
is.
I'm okay. Washington Street. Are we charging them back the $398.75, or we?
I think we have to charge them back $217.50.
Right. No, 181.20.
And then she did the South Ave is added to the Washington, and it's like a net of 471. I understand. I see all the math. I just don't know what I'm voting.
So this is half of South Ave, and this 181.25 is for the.
That's different.
That's good, okay, whatever.
She and it's 471.25.
That's a rebill on that one.
I have no idea.
That's what he said. It's a rebill on the 180.
She totals it all up to $471.25. I don't know if that's an abatement or a charge.
Which is to go to two different places. That's
Yes.
what I'm having a problem with.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with the numbers. I'm having two different places are going to get
Right,
a refund.
and I said
Oh,
the
I don't
same
know
thing.
if it's a refund.
Well,
One we know
one's
is a
rebill,
refund.
Right.
The other one I'm not so sure.
It seemed even if they were bundled, you said we still could do separate paperwork and then rebundle it,
I
right?
think the
Yeah.
155
That's what I would-
Washington, we have to.
I don't understand
Going
why
forward.
we're mixing two things.
We-
Like normally it's
She said there was a reason.
She was trying to match.
but we do it line by line.
Yeah, that's
We
what-
do this resident has this resident has this.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But they-
I
agree.
you already-
But technically,
I
I just go
Abatement
from that
already
letter.
went through.
You go to line.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it can't,
it's
no, I know,
on that
but
week
like you said, Joe,
before.
yeah.
But did it already go through where they mailed her out the check for the
Trying to
abatement?
do an addendum
They never
or
mailed her out the check.
like make up our own
I don't do the trash. So.
No,
summary sheet.
I mean usually we have
Yep.
that form right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it gives me all the information. So why can't we get that
For one of those.
for those two houses? So it clearly shows across the top.
Oh, she didn't. That's not in the packet.
That's
Oh,
all I have.
Okay, can I see that? Oh, see, she had one that I don't know. There's just a worksheet for her that looked similar to that. And I asked her to do it separately, and she was adamant that she couldn't. But
I have no problem putting them on the same boat.
Right.
I think it's just understanding.
The breakdown. Like,
South Ave, I understand it's a $435 credit. Okay. Washington, is it a credit or an ad?
it's an ad. It has to be because they're keeping the trash for the year.
So how can I have an abatement and a commitment on the same paperwork? That's what you have.
Right.
So what you could do tonight is cross off one of those and sign it. Okay?
Yeah,
That's all you
that's
can
an
do.
idea.
that just
Yeah,
ends.
we could do that.
You could abate,
Next time, I'm making
take
that
care of one and
That's-
table the other one.
That's all you can do tonight. She's gonna have to redo
Well,
the
just
other
want to
one,
ask, we use those forms going forward.
Yeah.
That's all. Well,
if that works.
Yep.
that's what you do with contracts.
But we
They don't wanna agree to your
we
terms,
don't wanna
just-
hold it too long.
Get rid
The
of it.
rebuild, it's okay. They don't mind being held up for that.
True. Good point.
So I spelled
You don't just delay them.
yeah, commitment.
This is life.
Okay. Or two M's, sorry.
So these are all abatements.
Abatements, commitments, I don't know.
Well, those all abatements right now.
No.
It's getting to be like over there, that desk, as far as piles, so.
Right, so she's gonna rewrite that up.
No, this is what's going to go into the file.
Oh, okay.
Washington Street. All right. So we have an abatement for 684 South Ave for $435, basically half the year because no one was living in the house. Then we have a commitment for 155 Washington Street for $398.75 due to they were abated and shouldn't have been abated and
Okay.
partial months. No.
So that's how it reads now, right?
What doesn't read that way? He's just correcting it as such. But why 398? What is 398? It's either 375 or 435. Well, you got 398. What the hell?
Okay, we can.
I don't.
Not the other one.
Yeah, put that as, why don't you put that aside then?
Then we'll just do the other one over.
And I just noticed down here that she's got 684 South Ave abatement 217.50.
So for the commitment, from what I understood, was she has to bill the 435 because they just came on, and then she abates half of the year at the 217.50.
But the 435 is a half a year, right?
No, it's
No.
over here.
435.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole year.
So I think once they started, you have to bill for the whole year, and then abate half the year. That was the 684.
Okay. Oh, sorry. The 870 was throwing me off. All right. So we're abating 217.50, and then rebill for previous payment because they changed their mind.
The only thing that would make sense is to really put in there where these are going, because it's two separate on one page, you know? This person's bill,
100% agree with you.
that person's
and
refund.
I went over this with her late this afternoon. I tried to get her to put it on two different sheets, and she was adamant that it couldn't be because they went up as the same packet, her words.
Just attach them together.
So you're saying
separate
it was
piece of
done
paper
wrong,
with
it was
you.
done wrong the first time, so now we have to do it wrong the second time?
So Washington Street was billed 435. Obviously,
Yeah, it
that's
should be
the
separate.
rebill for
Yeah,
previous
I gotta agree with
payment.
you, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I still, again, 684 South Ave, I understand. Because then it's 155 Washington Street, $435. Okay, that's the fee. Rebill for previous abatement because they changed their mind. 7 months, 253.75. So I understand that. That's 712, so 435. But then below it says 7 months, 155 Washington Street, 181.25. Is that the delta? That's the delta. So it's actually 5 months, but we don't do partial abatements.
No.
6 months or nothing.
Yeah. Oh, that's where she came up with the 181? Yeah. Does she understand? I don't know.
Partial.
How about we table that one and see if we can get her to straighten it out, and we'll see you next month or during the week.
But you're hurting one of them. That's the problem on this one.
We can always sign it during
Well-
the week.
All right, all right, we have the abatement for 684 South Ave for $217.50.
Okay. You want me to make a motion on all these?
On 684 South Ave.
How about the other two?
Let's just do 684. Let's just do 684 South Ave. So
Okay.
we have an abatement for $217.50 for 684 South Ave for no one was living there for half the year, so we're abating half the fee.
Okay, so make a motion for,
684 South Ave, yeah.
yep,
Second?
for the amount of what you just said.
Motion second, all in favor?
All right.
And then the other one, she has to redo.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And can we sign it midweek? Can we? Do we all?
Well, it's gonna be voted.
Because of
It's going to be voted.
So we're gonna table the 155.
With table 155.
You need a motion for these two?
So the last one we have, just sign it.
Up there. Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
Sorry, I really
No,
I made a mess of that. But,
Yeah.
so the other one we have,
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I'll sign that one then with the regular pave.
so this says an additional commitment for 91 West
I
Street.
think you gotta sign it on these three.
They have 3 sets of toters, not one. So the additional commitment's $870 for the 2 sets of toters.
They were only being billed for.
They were only being billed for 1, but did they just get 3? Or we just didn't know they had 3?
They did not, apparently we didn't know they had to.
Did they
okay.
Did they want 3? Or they just have 3? They're gonna
that
come
go?
back to us and say, hey, I don't need 3, I just want 2. Whatever. Like, do we know that they want what they have?
Well, that's a completely billing, in the billing system. Somehow she missed that, or they missed that. It had nothing to do with them physically saying, they probably had 3 barrels for 10 years.
Okay,
Like, I don't know, it's not a new residence or anything like that.
got it. So they got what they need.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Just curious, how did we find out? How did it come to that they have 3? Like, how did we find out now? I'm just curious.
To tell you the truth, I don't even know, because
Okay.
she did that at about, 20 to 3, quarter to 3, and
Yeah.
she said, oh, I'm gonna do this abatement, I wasn't gonna do it, I was gonna save it, and she just threw it out there. A lot of times, she'll have me drive by a house, or one of the guys.
Yeah, just to double check.
Say, hey, can you check to see if this person has, is it 87 West Street?
91.
91.
Oh, 91.
The one we talked about was
Was
87
Harvard
Harvard.
Street.
91 West Street's the people that always have the trash sticking out of it
Right.
and everything and parked on the
Well,
sidewalk.
they definitely use them all.
Okay.
All barrels.
I know exactly what house it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Shit.
So make a motion to.
Second motion for, 91. It's a commitment.
Commitment, make it a motion to accept this commitment. The amounts is described.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Yes, second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't know.
Dave, you get the next ones.
After hours service rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What is that?
after that, that's a service fee we charge if we get called out for an emergency.
Okay.
If we gotta shut
To
somebody's
the-
water service off or whatever.
Yep. To the homeowner.
To the homeowner
Yep.
and stuff. I did was back in 2022 that we increased the rate to 120, only because of contractual rate increases, this and that. We're trying to recoup some money when we asked the guys about, well, now, because of the new
That's part of that.
the new
Still need to
CBA
sign it.
for the unions, we have to send 2 employees out.
Okay,
So to
yeah.
try to at least recoup some of
Yeah.
the money, and I looked into like Hanson, Halifax, surrounding towns, so I'd like to increase it to 200. It's still less than what
gonna say,
the
that's-
2 employees would get, but at least we can recoup some money,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of a fair one compared to, it's about the same rate, close to what surrounding towns are doing.
I'll throw a curve at you then. I mean, for what you and I talked about as far as my son, when they were called out for that. even though it was a freeze plate on the meter, it was a flat fee at 300.
Yeah.
Period. No questions asked. I mean, and only one guy showed up.
Right.
So, but neither here nor there. I mean, do we go that route? You know, if it's got to do with two guys going out,
Yeah, so if two guys went out,
Especially off hours,
it would be average. It'd probably be somewhere like 40 times because they get paid for 4 hours automatically.
Yeah.
Two guys, that's like $160 something each. They'd get, so it'd be like $300 something. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to be fair, and reasonable, and looking at other towns, you know, and what they charge for an emergency service.
the other towns don't really give I'm sorry to say, a rat's behind.
Right. So right now, I'd like to look to increase it to at least 200.
All right.
I can reevaluate it at any
Yeah, we
time, and we can always increase it
Step up.
later
Okay.
if need be.
Next
You
year.
got it, man.
Just after
No,
hours, or you talking like
No, that's
weekends
just
or
after
that would be part
hours
of that.
or in weekends.
in weekends, holidays, all okay.
Outside of normal work
Okay, yeah,
hours.
there you go. That's a better way of putting it.
I have no issue with it. I mean,
No.
obviously.
Read it as you want to state it again, the whole thing.
I'd like to read, because currently with the new CBA, the union
Yeah.
contract, we need to sit, when we call in guys to do anything, we have to call in 2 employees.
Right.
Can be single.
Okay.
So we increased it back in like, I think it was around 2022.
Yeah.
To kind of cover the cost, close the cost of what the employee would get for the overtime.
Okay.
Now we have to send out 2 employees, so instead, I'd like to increase the rate to at least try to cover majority of the cost of sending the employees out.
So the proposal is to increase it $200 more than it is, correct?
Well, I want to increase it from
Hours.
120 to
There
200.
you go, that's what I was trying to get, 120 to 200. Okay.
That's my mistake, I should have said
No,
that
it's
at the
okay.
beginning.
Just wanted, I'm thinking also, well, you already know that, Melissa? The amount, okay. Okay, Dave, I think, are you good with this?
Oh, you want the?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I would have figured it would have been a little more than you would have upped
No,
it, but
no.
no big deal. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm good.
Just stay with
Well, like I said, we can reevaluate it,
All
I
right,
can
get
do
a
it over
future
this,
time.
and if it fails, well, we can always increase it later.
It's a big
All right.
step for this.
I don't want to, you know.
No,
No problem. Yeah,
no. Getting
that's fine.
challenges right now. Okay, Dave,
So
you're
I
up.
make a motion that we increase the service
From 120 to 200. After
Yeah.
hours.
after our service rate, yes, from the current 120 rate to 200.
Second.
We have motion second. Any further discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, there we go.
Draw.
So,
Look at
we were
this.
contacted, Hodgson Farms is.
Want to just read this into the record?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even know they did that.
It's addressed to the Board of Public Works Commissioners and Dave LeMay.
I didn't even know.
I am writing to respectfully request a separate meter for the water that will be consumed by my dairy cows at 94 Bedford Street. This should be a substantial amount of water, and since it will not be added to the sewer, I don't believe that it should be lumped in with the rest of the water consumption. I understand that the water line and the current meter belong to the city of Brockton, and I will also need to consult with them. Thank you in advance for your consideration and counsel. Please let me know if you have any questions. John Hornstra, Hornstra Farms.
So I met John. John, he's a good guy. He drops a few too many F-bombs for my liking, but he wants the best thing for the farm, and really, if you talk to him long enough, he's a good guy. Him and his son.
I don't think
The only challenge I have with that is that the irrigation part. If it's used for the cows, great. But if it eventually gets used for irrigation, I know, and this is still a Brockton thing, but you had mentioned about there's no current situation for irrigation in the town of Whitman.
Right, but we don't know. See, this is where
he
it
didn't
comes.
say-
Gray. It gets a little gray.
But if he didn't word it that way and he doesn't say it,
No, but we have to word it.
No.
no.
We have to make sure that
Well, let's. It's the setting a precedent.
yeah.
So we've had requests,
Yep.
for multiple meters and multiple meters at one residence for whatever reason.
Yeah.
irrigation system.
true, yeah.
Mostly it's an irrigation system. I don't know if we've gotten any other requests for other things. It might be. And you know, our line has been no, because that's just more we have to manage. You know, and we just haven't done it.
I know.
You know, so this is
And he's got
Similar.
He's got a lot of corn.
it's a metering. Well, not even. It's more just metering water that isn't going down the sewer.
Yeah.
Whether you're going to use it for cows,
Right.
whether you're going to water your field, whether you're going
Right.
to fill your pool, whether you're going to water your lawn
Yeah.
or your flowers or your
know.
garden. It's typically in the past we have not allowed a homeowner, an owner, to have that second meter.
Right.
I'll say we up until whatever 5-6 years ago we didn't have the technology
Yep.
Yeah.
to put a second meter.
We legit
You know,
didn't have
because
it.
we literally had paper cards and
Yep.
you know, so we do have the technology now.
Yep.
You know, our sewer is paid by what goes out,
What
right?
goes out? Correct.
So our water meter readings do not, as far as Brockton goes in our billing. You know,
So-
obviously we use our water meter readings to bill our sewer and our houses because of
Correct.
when in, when out.
Correct. And those Honstra has Brockton meters in them.
Right.
So
Right.
Brockton
Gives
reads
that-
the water.
Yeah. So it makes it a little bit more
But
complicated.
what happens
in some
is,
respects.
when Brockton reads the water,
Right.
Brockton bills Whitman, and then
I know
Whitman
that.
bills the resident.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not recognizing any savings for whether it's whatever case irrigation.
No, they only have the one meter. Now, if they got a second meter, then,
Yeah.
okay, this meter,
That might help.
you build water and sewer. This
Yeah.
meter, you only build water.
Water.
Right.
We build the water over there too, or just the sewer?
Water and sewer.
Okay. Brockton reads it, but we bill it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And with that too, where it's Brockton's line, which I've been talking to Kevin over Brockton, and they haven't really heard anything about Honstra Farms yet, but they're basically gonna have to abide by Brockton's rules and regulations for whatever, if we allowed it for them not to bill them for sewer, but Brockton has no issue with it, then they're gonna have to abide by Brockton's rule, whether they have to put a backflow preventer in it or whatever, this and that.
Yeah,
We'll
they
work
have
with
to.
Brockton
Yep.
there to, you know.
Let me, what's your thought? I mean, you're the water superintendent. I
agree with you, but it is a farm, it is agriculture. It's not just somebody watering their lawn. If they can, or maybe the board can come up with something saying that, you know, we could agree, but it has to be for this purpose only, maybe. I mean, I don't know if we'd have to go to town council, work up an agreement for the second meter. I mean, I really don't have an issue with it as long as the purpose is for that.
Okay.
That's my
Having a
opinion.
second meter
Being, you know-
designated as a farm would take care of all this. Yeah, because how many farms in Whitman? I mean, I don't know, there's a couple, but they haven't come to us about
I
that.
got one.
Is it something we have to wait for Brockton to answer
So,
first
yeah,
before
that's
we
what-
get an answer?
Thank you, Ken. I was going to say, don't we need to know?
I mean, not really. With Whitman's part, it's whether or not, you know, we still allow them to do it, but, you know, because we still have to, because for the sewer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Don't. When Brockton reads the meter, they're going to just assume we're paying half the sewer too, right? Like they're not.
No,
separating-
Brockton has nothing to do with the sewer whatsoever. All Brockton do is sends us a bill for the water usage only,
Sure.
and then we take
Okay.
that usage
I
bill for
misunderstood.
sewer.
But if there was a second meeting, you'd know how.
But yeah, we'd know.
No, I know you know how much. I'm just saying
What
they
it
would have
is.
had to agree.
Yeah.
But we're not doing it that way anyway. I thought the
Well,
agreement
They're
extended.
just they're giving us the reading and we bill it. I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
that
Didn't the farm at one time, before it switched with Peaceful Meadows, they had 2 or 3 meters there at one time too, I think. Now, what they actually used them for, I don't know.
They have, I believe they only have 2 meters there, and one's in the ice cream shop and one's in like the house store.
Right,
There's one
right.
there.
Each building has.
There's one in each building.
Yep.
Oh,
So what
okay.
they'd have to do is tap the service line between the 24-inch southern main where the service comes off of in the house and run a new line out to the building. So it's separate from the house and everything.
So they'd have to do their own thing, yeah.
Yes, they'd have
Oh, yeah,
to do
there's-
Right, yeah.
Brockton's, we have another issue going on at the houses across the street, and Brockton says, that's fine, you can do this, but we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, right. It
Yeah,
should be.
you know,
It would
and
fall under
obviously
the
we're
meter
not gonna do it,
responsibility.
you know,
Do
we're
we
not.
know what Brockton's rules are about 2 meters in the same residence, or splitting off for
It would be
any
4.
type of?
No, they're kind of.
You said they're going to follow their rules, but do they even have a rule?
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as hooking up a meter, like if it's going to go to here, they're going to need a backflow to prevent.
Well, of that, do they allow?
Yep.
You know,
They'll allow it because
Okay.
we had an inquiry about the 3 houses across the street. So so the water line that comes off of the big 24-inch main that feed them 3 houses, it's one service line that goes through the basement of all the houses.
Oh.
That's been like that since peaceful. What is it? Since
But I guess,
they own it. So somebody wanted to. The last house wants to get their own water line. And Brockton already told me and the homeowners that, hey, you can do it, you just need to do it this way.
no, but that's something different. I'm saying, does Brockton allow a resident to have a meter for the domestic and
That
a
I
meter
do
for
not
an
know.
irrigation system?
That I do not know. I can find out easily.
You know what I mean? Like I said, they're going to
Yeah.
follow what their rules are. I'd
Yep.
be curious what, I mean, Joe, to your point, you know what I mean? I think we could probably do something for agricultural needs or a farm or,
Right.
you know what I mean, to protect us a little bit. So,
Yep.
because we do occasionally get the requests for an irrigation,
Yep.
And if we,
even irrigation, I'm not 100% totally against now because we do have better technology and we can have multiple meters and meters are easy to read, but it gets into.
would it be better redundancy to have the second meter in this case, though, as well? Because specifically it's going to be used for that.
Oh yeah, you'd have to
Yeah.
put a second
They'd
meter.
have
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to understand, how it works in the building. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yep. No,
There's nothing in that building that comes into the sewer system. I don't know. Probably not. It's an old barn.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think, and that's something.
Well, we have to work with Brockton to inspect it and everything to make
Exactly.
sure everything is
Yeah.
done correctly, that nothing's gonna, like you mentioned, nothing's gonna go
Right.
back into our sewer. It all just stays for watering or taking care of the animals.
So,
Right.
so cows are coming in the spring. So they're going to wash the cows every day, at least once or twice a day. So that's going to be going down towards sewage.
It's more. So this line comes into the building.
Yep.
Well, yeah, they're going to wash the cows, but it also goes over here, and it goes over there, and it goes over there, and it goes over there.
Hopefully just 2 places.
I don't know that.
2.
Yeah.
No,
I
so
agree with
in the
you.
There's,
middle
there's
of
only
the,
one water line.
Yeah,
the water line goes in.
But if it's all regular, that was all monitored, it's separate. You can have meters separate. They're
You
monitored.
put the meter where it comes
online.
into the building.
Yeah.
They
And then
can't
they
have
can
separate
have,
meetings on the splits?
Well, they already have 2 meters. They already have me to be adding one more meter, like Kevin said, just to that.
We need to
Yeah.
understand how the and
actually,
Maybe a
I
drawing.
kind of need
how the
that.
plumbing works inside the building.
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
And
no,
as-
absolutely.
Yeah,
We gotta,
where's all the troughs go when they rinse them down? Do they go into
Yeah,
just
that's
like
what I
that?
want to know.
It just goes into the ground. It goes into
Yeah.
the ground.
well, this is
Oh,
part
yeah.
of the whole, and if
Right.
they wanna do it, we're gonna have to inspect it and make sure it's being done properly and
There's
everything.
no cows now. That's the problem. So there's no cows. So they're not washing anything. They don't
No, I
have
know,
any.
but
But
you
it
can
will be.
physically see where the water line is. He may have to run a whole new water line
Correct.
through the building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come off the service, put the meter, and run a whole new water line right down to where he's going
Right.
to
And then I
wash the
think it's a
cows.
drawing, an as-built. I think that would be
Yeah.
documentation.
Well, oh yeah, this will all,
We can
like I
accept
said,
that.
well, I'll work with Brockton to make sure that everything's done correctly and it doesn't.
The theory. I mean, just me speaking, I would be in favor of it. Again, obviously Brockton has to say it's okay, and it'd have to be inspected and make sure that that this meter is only going for that purpose.
So can we table this till next month?
We need more
and
facts.
you can talk to Brockton in the meantime and give us a rundown.
I mean,
Rather than give them an answer right this minute, I mean.
we can do that, or, you know, if we think we're okay with it, I'm not trying to sway either way. If we think we're okay, you know, it can also be, hey, ultimately it's Brockton's final call.
That's what I mean. That's why I let Dave talk to
Yeah, we
Brockton
need more
first.
facts. I'd like
In the
more
meantime, we'll
Okay,
table
that's
it.
fine. That's fine.
As long as he's gonna ask the right questions, right?
policy-
You know the question, Andy.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Dave. My highway 2 cents is, I agree with Dave. Like, I'm kind of not in favor of letting people use it for watering their lawns because that would just, it's
Right.
a huge thing.
Exactly.
But allowing him to do that would kind of like say that we're not discouraging farms here in Whitman.
We're
You know,
not
like,
dis- we're not
we
discouraging
don't have a lot of room for them, so
Yeah.
if this helps the farm, you know, do business and it's not costing us anything as long as they plumb it and meter it correctly, it's,
Yep.
I think it's just a policy change by you guys saying that we allow it for agricultural purposes.
Definitely, that needs to be
doesn't
in there.
include
Yeah.
my tomato garden and my yard.
True. Agree. All right.
Well, that's the
Do you
thing.
want to, why don't you, probably an easy way, if Brockton's going to be okay with it, and, you know, we table this to next month, can you come up with a policy?
Sure.
A draft of a policy?
For a
And then
farm,
really
yeah,
all we
for a
got to do
farm.
is, we got to vote that policy in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if this falls under that policy, then, well, it's done.
Sounds good.
And, you know, we're tweaking our policy.
The,
And we'll
impl-
see.
the implications here are always precedent.
Yes.
You know, you do something,
Oh, yeah.
then something else is. So, but if you define it as a farm, and it's irrigation, you know, is
Yeah.
taken out of that or can be monitored, sure.
And document. I generally in favor of, my comment was in the past, we have been here, but been here long enough that we have told people everyone has the right to put in a well too. So
Sure.
that's more for the irrigation part of it, I think. I agree with what Bruce is saying that, yeah, we're looking at a division, like Bridgewater's an actual farm town, or I don't think we're that, but we could update our policy.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think,
you know,
I think it probably makes more sense, so let's create the policy, you know, that way if it comes up again, something else, or even something else at Hampshire, or,
Yeah.
you know.
It's just nice to know we're dealing with an altruistic guy. I mean, he wants everything great for Whitman.
Hey, I'm a nice guy too.
Yeah.
No, but this,
What does that mean?
look, he spent almost $1 million in three
I-
different silos. He's spending so much money, and he's going to be putting this in writing.
I appreciate the business.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right, so we'll table it. Table work on the policy, we'll get a little more information from Brockton,
I'm still glad.
And,
We leaving.
There you go.
Yeah.
you know, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. G. Reardon step raise?
I would like to table that to next month.
Which one? The Hornstead?
No, Jerry.
The
Oh,
raise.
Jerry. Okay. Okay.
Okay. We don't need to go into the executive session for anything, right?
Yeah, I'd like to, because I just have a few questions, but it has to do with the CBA for the union, so I didn't know, I didn't want it, you know what I mean? We can't discuss it outside.
Yep.
All right, well, let's.
Gotcha.
Unless you want to, you can
No,
finish.
I'm gonna skip over it. Let's we
come back
will,
to
but yeah, it's easier just to do it at the end. That way,
Yeah.
we just close the meeting out. Operational updates. Bruce, what have you been doing?
Fire over there.
Yeah, doing anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Fine,
geez.
stop.
Back around here.
So we've been busy.
Staying over the town. Oh, I'm sure.
I guess I wasn't here,
Yeah.
luckily, but certainly kudos to the entire department,
Yes.
to our you know, our rentals and our contractors and
Yep.
whatnot that work for us. You know, that was a huge storm. You know, compiled with cold and compiled with, you know, equipment issues. I saw some of the stuff, and then another storm after that, and another storm after that. So certainly the effort is much appreciated by myself. I don't want to speak for the board, but I'm sure the board's in the same opinion.
No, just
You know, I'm sure the guys work their butts off, you know, to keep everything moving. And, you know, I still see some towns. I was
Yes.
just driving through Weymouth and Route 18 at Park Avenue, a major intersection, and you can't even get to the push buttons on the, you know, to hit the crosswalk across a 4-lane highway. And here we are, whatever, weeks later. So
The guys are good, they know what needs to be done, they stay right until, like, we'll be 20 hours into it, and, okay, let's go do the sidewalks. At least do the school zones in the center, and, they stay and do it. It was a little rough, that big storm was 18.5 inches to midnight, and then there was another 4 inches. There was 4 inches after midnight, and then we worked on that, and then we went home. Everybody went home at like 5 p.m. That was like a 30-hour shift, and then at 8 p.m. So they went home at 5 p.m. They figured they got home at 5:30ish or whatever, and then at 8 p.m. we got that 4-inch burst that nobody expected, and we had to come in, and most of the guys had gone to bed and shut their phones off. Nobody expected that, so we came in with me and two guys.
I believe it.
Unfortunately, they answered their phone. They had no idea. I was like, we gotta go back in. They're like, huh? So we went in, salted the roads, and the roads are a little rough because people salting 4 inches of snow in those temps. Wasn't gonna melt that quick, but we're up to 51.5 inches, including last night's little 2-inch dusting, and expenditures to date, including salt that's on order right now that we haven't taken delivery on. 500 tons we have ordered right now. The shed's probably down to maybe a quarter. If we had a couple in a row, we'd be empty.
Wow.
I was considering getting loads of sand and mixing it with the salt, which we used to do many, many years ago, just to kind of make more volume to at least throw something on the streets. But Morton Salt is out. They don't have anything. So I talked to the guy a couple times. So it's not like some years it's a trucking delivery, and we're small potatoes and we're off the highway, and so we get the deliveries last. But right now it's he's out.
Yeah, everybody's
so it's not a
looking,
trucking thing. So he said he's expecting to offload a ship this Sunday, and he would try to get me loaded Monday or Tuesday. So if Monday that storm's a miss, we should be okay. Some people say, well, if you don't have the salt, just scrape it. I was reading some comments about Halifax because they were pretty much out and they were mixing their salt and sand, and the roads were rough today. You could scrape it, even if it's 2 inches.
Yeah.
But you're still going to have slush and liquid on the road. It's not a squeegee.
True. Yeah. You're right.
So you still have to salt it afterwards, or you're going to have slippery conditions.
Yeah.
So, last night we salted. We just salted that one operation. We did some scraping of the sidewalk. Plowed some the parking lots because they don't like to did some sidewalks. So right now our expenses are at $231,402.86. That's including the order that we haven't received. So we budget 120. So we're well over.
Yeah, I guess. Wow.
So the letter went up a couple weeks ago to the town hall for deficits pending. We've done 15 salt operations, 3 plowing operations. So when we say plowing operations, that's when we call in everybody here and the contractors. We've done 2 snow removal operations in the downtown area. One was more of a kind of a test run, and we were shaving the snowbanks in the center rather than totally removing them. We were bringing them right to the granite to make the roads a little wider because we were expecting that second storm on a Sunday. Yeah. So we held off on doing the downtown snow removal. Usually we'll do it within like a couple days of a big storm, maybe 3 at the most. But this time we waited because they kept saying we're going to get on it on Sunday, and that didn't really materialize very much. So then we did a full snow removal operation, taking away all the snowbanks in the center, starting at 11 p.m. and going through the night. And we utilized the new snowblower that we bought in 23, we never used, the large one that goes on the front end mower. So we had to actually we had Cat come down, the representative from Tesla come down a couple of days before we were going to use it, or maybe it was the day before. And they were very good. I thought he was just going to do like a phone call with the operator and, kind of talk to him over the speaker and say, there's a lot of different things to run the snowball compared to it's not just like running the front bucket. There's creep mode, and you got to set up the hydraulics and all that. So anyway, they were good enough to come down free of charge
Nice.
And he goes, I'd rather just come down and do it in person. So we get in out here and we practiced out here and throw it into the back of the truck. Fills the truck in like 2 minutes, like one of our trucks.
I'm sure, yeah.
And so we were able to do the whole snow removal. It went quicker than we used to do with front end loaders and dump trucks. 2 front end loaders and main dump trucks. This time we had like 4 dump trucks for that one snowball, our own dump trucks, and we had 1 small dump truck for the sidewalk plow that had a snowblower on it and cleaned up behind me. And so it worked out good. And yeah, that's about it. We're things have been pretty good equipment wise. The mechanics are staying top. Most have been minor stuff, lights and things like that. No big dollar breakdowns. Everything's expensive though, from cutting edges and stuff nowadays. Hoses and things like that. We've gone through hydraulic hoses. But overall, it's been pretty smooth, and we're ready for the next one if it comes. Two accidents to report related to snow removal. One was our pickup truck was backing out of, it was like 5 in the morning after the snow removal night actually, and they were getting their coffee and they were backing out of Dunkin' Donuts, and a car that had come that wasn't there when they went in, and when they came out the car was there, and I think they got the driver's door or whatever, and not major, but any damage to vehicles nowadays, we'll get a report. It was obviously a hard guy's fault. And the other one was myself. I took out it was a little bigger than that one. I took out a fire hydrant on a cul-de-sac with the front end loader. I backed into it. Yes, it does have a backup camera.
But the snow was.
It was the height of the blizzard.
Yeah.
No excuses. I was running it, but height of the blizzard. I don't know what time it was, 2 in the morning, whatever time it was, and
After 20 hours, maybe.
and I'm on the radio, I'm on the phone, and I had put the machine, and I had stopped the machine to talk on the radio on the phone, but it was in reverse though. I just took my foot off, and it just went real slow, and it's a big machine, and it just tapped that, and it wasn't not a breakaway.
Oh.
So
it was not a breakaway.
It was not a breakaway hydrant. So
Whoops.
now it's like whatever it was, 2 in the morning, snowing to beat the band,
Oh, Jesus.
and water was coming up like
pouring down
crazy.
the road.
How did you
And I was
shut
like,
that off? Was it shut
They
off?
had to shut like a main gate down, and then to get the water to stop, and then they found the hydrant gate, and then they were able to shut the hydrant down.
Thankfully, like Dan was in the other front loader, and Terry was in, Dan's truck, which has all the wrenches and everything on it. So I called them immediately. They came down. Fire department came down, helped us locate it, because now you got running water going over the gate box.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And, so you're like trying to find the gate box under the water as it's rushing by, and found the gate box. First one was the wrong one, like Dave said. It shut down the cul-de-sac, which was fine. It shut the water off to the hydrant.
Yeah.
But then people had no water, so we had to find the hydrant one, which didn't take us long. And thankfully, we had clean shutdowns on them.
Good.
It happens.
Sorry.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Sorry.
That's why they call them accidents.
And
It happens, yeah.
so, and the other thing, I just wanted to bring up again. I had sent an email out, the plaque. So
Oh, yeah.
Dave and I, after we, we're going to put the plaque there, then we were looking at it, and we have real concerns about the amount of utilities, between electrical, fire alarm, everything, in the wall there. And we start, even if we have professionally done, have somebody come in and start putting holes in the wall to find, to hang that thing. We kind of marked it up outside on the brick right as you pull in. It would still be out of the weather, essentially. It's not going to get sun. It's not going to get, it's under that awning. It would put beer on the brick right as you walk in. I can show you if you'd like.
Yeah.
That was our suggestion after we hit it around. If the board still wants to go with it inside there, we're just going to have to maybe. I don't know how I don't think there's going to be a plan that shows exactly where they ran the wire. But
Usually not for
If
small
it's
stuff.
outside, does it oxidize? It's bronze, right?
I don't think so, because we have plaques very similar in the park, and I put one on the old drinking fountain, and then so it's fine.
Maybe after
Is there
25
an
years.
alternative spot to put it then? If you
Yeah,
don't
that's
want-
what I was just saying.
It's inside or outside, that's it.
No, I know that, but other than, if you don't want it outside, I can understand, but if you don't want it in that little vestibule or whatever it is, do you wanna put it in here, or just on a wall along outside here, or?
Turn public.
Yeah, I think the idea was keep it in a public space.
Okay,
You
all
know,
right.
Not that, there's
I
not
mean,
hundreds of
out
people
there,
coming through here.
It's gonna
You know,
be seen
but-
by everybody that comes in the door when they open the door,
Yeah.
they can't miss it.
All right, okay.
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I just like to have it in some type of public space instead of like in here in the conference room or,
Yeah.
Right.
you know what I mean? So at least it's,
Is there any, if it's outside, is there anything they can put a coating on it, perhaps?
I will certainly ask. If it goes, so if we go with the outside option, they do wanna wait till the spring for the brick,
Sure.
to be warm enough.
Correct.
yep,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
makes sense.
Putting your anchors in that.
Okay.
But that, yeah, I agree, it would be make more sense. The wall there, I agree, from other buildings, you could get into trouble if you don't perfectly hit a
Right.
stud or something.
I actually think it might be seen by more people than, because that will be like if they come in and they're focusing on going to the window, it's behind them.
Behind them.
It's behind you.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Quickly focusing on what Kevin had said, and you as well as the storm removal and whatever, in case anybody didn't know, not that I'm looking for any pat in the back or whatever, I did send a letter to Bruce, Dave, and who's the other? The three managers anyways, to thank them for everything they did, snow removal wise, and some of the headaches they put up with, being the fact that I used to work for the DPW and whatnot, and know what what it's like. Yeah. But just to give them something, only because I guess verbally to me is, yeah, okay, great, thank you. Written, maybe it means a little more. I'm hoping it did. Yeah. And all I want to know, just mention everyone. I sent the letter to Bruce, Dave, and between Dan Driscoll, Jimmy Petcher, however you pronounce his last name, and who's the other? Bobby Trumbull.
Yeah.
And Bruce hung it in the break room so that everybody could see it. And just as a thank you to, this is what, in 4 years' time, there really hasn't been this much snow or action going on dealing with snow. So
It certainly is a challenge. Like we've had guys here that literally have never plowed more than maybe 5 inches of snow.
yeah,
We have guys that have been here 2 or 3 years, and they never really pushed snow before they got here, and then they got here and haven't had any.
yeah. And then all of a sudden they get this storm.
So worked out.
So the weather's getting warmer, so we hope.
Yeah,
It's
we
gonna
hope.
be in the 40s for that storm coming up on Monday.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
It's
so that's-
supposed to
that's
be
all-
rain,
that's
but
cool.
now you need the catch basins.
That's all right. You don't have to plow it.
Do what?
Okay, you don't have to
Yeah.
plow it.
No, that's true.
Hopefully.
But no, you'll get floods. You'll flood the road. So
We'll see. But thanks for doing that. Yeah, that's good.
Dave, what do you got?
So like as Bruce said, the guys have been busy plowing. We've been doing all right. We've had a few service leaks. One of the guys that really up on School Street, it actually took us 2 days to replace it because the frost was so deep. We actually had to break out the hammer for the excavator to break the frost up. So the guys did really well, especially being temperatures as low as they were.
Was there two on
So
School
it's-
Street?
Huh?
I thought I saw two trenches, fairly new trenches that look like on School Street. There's one.
There was the other one was done a while ago.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just
but-
thinking.
So the guys have been did that. We got another service leak we got to do tomorrow and stuff. But other than that, it's been pretty slow for us. We do maintenance in the sewer stations. So a lot of we were gonna start doing some I&I investigation, obviously because of snow. So a lot of the field work I have a lot of field work that I had planned is now halted between the GIS, the I&I, because I have about 26 manholes that I'm gonna do. We did a flow. We were looking at the flow meters, and it does. My bad. I should have brought some numbers, but it does look like we've been saving a lot going over to Brockton, just doing the 6 manholes we did, which is good. So, but the other thing too is On February 26th, we are going to get the check from Plymouth County for the rest of the opera money. Myself and Mary Beth, we sent two options in. One, they get reimbursed for the emergency repairs at Auburn Street, and also to do more work on the sewer force main. And they accepted the one for the sewer force main. So it's going to be like 200 and just under 300,000. We are going to get a check from APA. I believe it's myself, Dan, and Justin. I'm going to go to Plymouth County on next Thursday night at 5:30 for the meeting to accept the check. And then I still have an article for the sewer force main. So between the two, we're going to be able to do the scope. I'll be able to do a scope of work that wasn't done. So we're going to go into the air release valves and the cleanouts, and we're going to drain back, clean, and camera, which was part of the scope of the original work. So now we'll have the money to be able to do that, and then rebuild all new air release valves on the old sewer force main. So at least we're going to do
some redundancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of that air release valves are bad and stuff. So we can't. The only manhole we can't get into, because we'd have to go to Brockton Concom and to get into the easement on Thatcher Street, that one manhole behind Massasoit. So there's going to be that stretch between Alder Street and Thatcher Street. We're really not going to be able to get anything good on it, but at least we can get a good portion of the rest of it, all the way from the transitional on south, all the way to Thatcher Street, and then pretty much all of Auburn Street, all the way to the pump station. So it's just going to be that small. We won't be able to get. So that's what we'll be able to do with the rest of the APA money and stuff. So,
Is there any on the new force main, any maintenance or things like that we would want to use that money for, or is it just stuff that you guys handle internally?
it's stuff we can handle internally. There's really nothing. I tried looking into see what, but there's really nothing. And I did speak had meetings with Apex about what, and they actually felt that this would be better, because when they looked into the old clean out pits and the air valves, they're not good. You turn that thing back on again. I mean, we use it as a redundancy, like at least once a year. I'll close down the new one and I'll open up the old one just to keep it flowing so it doesn't and stuff. But with the air valves and the cleanouts, just especially the air release valves are bad.
Okay.
So they're going to use them as access points to get in, clean it out, and camera from there.
Oh, okay.
So is this something we would bid, right?
Apex, we believe that we can have, the company is, I think, Commonwealth, and Apex can use them as under them, so we wouldn't have to. They're a subcontractor for Apex, so
Okay.
we wouldn't have to.
It would just be one bill, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if we either way, whether we do or don't. It's obviously just
Well, I asked them about that.
pass it
and
through our procurement officer, whoever that
between
is.
Speaking with Ziad and Andrew and stuff, they said they're going to do it as a sub, but they want to obviously make sure we can do it that way.
Right. I know we don't have to competitively bid construction services and engineering services and things like that.
They would be doing it under them.
If it falls under that category, then
Correct.
that's fine.
Yes. We would. I'd definitely make sure of that.
Get ourselves in trouble with something.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're talking, $500,000-$600,000.
Backup generators and the truck, how'd that go?
That's capital. That's all capital. Those are capital requests. I haven't had any meetings with capital requests. I've gotten my quotes and everything. The truck is going to probably be. I did get bids, and I didn't believe it or not. There's actually two. There's a VACCOM and a backdoor. There's it's two different types, the same thing, but two different made. And I did reach out, and especially like National Water Main and all the larger companies that have them. And the VACCOM one is one everybody's recommending, and that's the one that has come in the lowest. I think it was right around just under 600. And then the generators were like around $68 per generator for each of the stations, Auburn Street, Commercial Street, and that's having our employees do the pad and the trenches for the electrical and stuff like that. So that's where we're at with that.
What stands a better chance, the two main generators? I mean,
Oh, all of it. We should be able to.
Should be able to
We can
get-
do all of it.
get the funding for all of it?
Yep.
It all comes out of retained earnings. It's really what we're comfortable spending.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are articles, you know,
Correct.
because you have to do the article to spend the money,
Yep.
but it comes out of retained earnings. So, I mean, none of this is like a override or anything to do with taxes or anything like that. It just comes out of.
Okay.
Right.
The-
And then the backup generator for Belter Drive, that's, excuse me, we have the generator, so that capital, that monies is just for material and, you know, stuff like that. We have everything.
I think, you know, in maybe the next meeting, where would the account be? You know, what would retained earnings look like if we're going to do all this say
once.
next fiscal year?
Yeah.
I mean, what does that balance look like? I'm not looking for an answer now. I'm saying,
Well, I
you
can
know what I
probably
mean?
pull it up. I know the balance was, because I just got it from Mary, but when she ended up having it because it got certified, we were at like just over 5.
Okay. So
But just over 5 is what we had, and then minus whatever
This will
this
take
is.
about $1 million.
And this is gonna be about $1 million. That's what we'll be, because I'm working with Apex to get some stuff done to do a package to a bunch of, there'll be smaller streets, but a bunch of water mains.
That's what I'm saying,
Hopefully
like,
the previous year, because like you said, there's Mayflower Circle, the East Bridgewater side of Harvard Street, and the other side, you know, the Whitman side of Harvard Street, because there's cast iron on Harvard Street, from like number 84 Harvard Street all the way to Auburn Street.
Auburn Street,
And
yeah.
then we have to test because it's cement, because it's lined, on the East Bridgewater side of Harvard Street and Mayflower Circle. So if I can get them replaced, and then, obviously Beaver Street and a few other.
Yeah.
So I'm working with them to get a package together to hopefully get that stuff done within the next
Nice.
couple of years. One other thing is, Apex asked for permission. They sent in the sewer force main for an engineering excellent award, and it got accepted. So on April 14th, it's a Tuesday night, I'm going with Apex to the Renaissance Boston Waterfront Hotel, is where they're having the award ceremony and banquet.
Nice.
And we're gonna be presented award for,
Nice.
Commissioners invited?
You staying on?
if you wanna go, it's $365 a ticket.
Oh, such a deal.
Yeah.
And if you want it,
what's your organization?
it's that's
Easy.
Oh, ACEC. Okay.
yeah, they submitted it, and
That's great.
so we're gonna do that. I'm debating to stay the night because it's $819 for a room. Yeah,
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're getting it.
Wow. Yeah, they're getting it,
yeah,
right.
That's just a basic. I know exactly what it is.
yeah.
Because it's Boston and it's right on the list.
Come over.
Can we get a certificate that we can put up?
Yeah, I'll get, yes, I'll get a
Yeah,
plaque.
there'll be a
Plaque.
And we're gonna put that in the main.
Yeah, we'll probably put it somewhere so everybody can see it.
Good.
Like you
That
said,
can go
like
in the
Kevin
foyer.
says, like you're.
That can go in the foyer.
Yeah.
A little smaller.
Not as heavy.
Double face tape thing.
That's good. No, I appreciate that they do that.
Yeah, they asked for my permission, sent them a letter and everything, went ahead and.
Oh,
Yeah.
Recognition.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Nice.
and that would be about it.
New and old business.
New business. We got to talk about a step raise.
Yeah, Nathan Stewart is currently a system mechanic, and he's due his step raise on the 15th of March. And just based on when we may have our next meeting, we could vote it today to make it effective then. He's done fine. He's a good employee. He comes in for all the overtime we give, and he's worked well with Ryan out there. So
How long's he been here now?
For sure.
He's going towards D, so 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
5 years?
Wow.
Good for him. Okay.
So entertain a motion.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we give Nathan a step raise.
Second it.
315.
316.
Are you okay with it? You
I'll second it.
further thought?
All right, we have motion secondly. Further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Only thing on old business, I guess, with the building, I've been going back and forth with Mary Beth trying to finalize. She wants to finalize the cost. Obviously, we need to do that. Josh has sounds like maybe this week, worst case, end of this week or early next week, he'll have some estimates on some additional things that we may want to do. So what that would do then, I'd set up a building committee meeting that the building committee would meet and we could discuss and how we want to proceed. And so then we can at least, move forward or don't or whatever. I mean, whatever the committee decides. And then, Mary Beth can start getting to, okay, what's the final number? I mean, we're on the budget. We're still on the budget. We're not looking to spend all the money, but there's, a couple things that I would agree, there's some things that we need to address. So that were outside of the original scope. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Can we back up to new business for a minute? Just to ask a quick question. The letter that Mary Beth sent us in reference to the old administrative building, the DPW building, and the food bank taken over. What's going to happen with everything? Or who's going to do the stuff to clean out all the stuff in the old building? Will the new people coming in be doing it? Will we be doing it? Or
We need to clean it out.
so we got to do something with all that paperwork in the basement, correct? Okay.
We are aware.
All right. Okay. Nope.
They have until June 30th.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's stuff in the basement that can't be thrown away. It has to be gone through the certain mass general laws. So, like, we get, like, all my mass DEP
Right.
stuff or whatever, this, that, employee records and stuff and this and that. Some of that stuff you need to keep. You can't just...
But I mean, like you
Well,
said,
you need to keep things for a certain amount of years too.
Yeah.
Like if employee worked for us back in 1975, like,
Yeah, we don't-
but you got to dispose of it properly,
Correct.
shred it.
yeah, call a shredding
Absolutely.
company. Yeah.
There's a company that actually does that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's companies that come in with the trucks and just
Yep. They go through it. They know what to keep. They know what not to keep, and they
right. I'd say
Oh, really?
they're much more expensive than throwing it away. So don't just say, hey, we got all this stuff, come shred it, because it's going to cost you a fortune. Versus, hey, we only need to shred this stuff.
Yep.
This stuff we can just throw in the dumpster.
Oh, we purposely moved that dumpster there. I thought it was only for cardboard. Waste management so you can throw papers in there too. But really, our plan is to start going through some of the stuff, at least for me and my guys, the non-water department,
Yep.
nothing that has to do with water and sewer, plant, or anything like that, but just old records, old invoices. The WB Basin box is full of them, just even trouble slip. A lot of that we're gonna burn. We had a fire out there already. Once we burnt some brush, we have a nice big area up there surrounded by snow,
Alright.
so we can have another fire.
There you go.
And I talked to the chief, he's good with it, and we can throw it in the front end loader bucket after we make sure there's no personal information on them, or if it is personal information, it will get burned. If it isn't personal information, it can go in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Right.
But, so that's the plan, and then a lot of the stuff is junk that has to get thrown out.
Sure.
Got mylar
Because, I mean-
down in the basement.
Yeah. Because mainly everything that's pre-2000, you can almost, would it be shredded, burning it, or otherwise?
I mean, shredding it, there's a cost. Might cost a couple
Yeah,
grand or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
It's not cheap.
Where's that
No
money coming
cost.
from? So I'd
Yeah.
rather just
Burn it, yeah.
just as easy to.
Burn
As
it.
long as we can burn it.
I hear you. Yeah, that way if it is anything,
Whatever.
people's personal
Whatever
records.
works.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You had a question about the building?
Was there a meeting set up for next Monday? But then I realized it's a holiday anyway.
Nothing is set up.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't put any new meetings on the calendar.
I missed the last one.
I don't think we've met since November?
Oh, and I did
Right.
miss the last one.
Yeah, whenever the last one we had, we said we don't need to keep
Yeah,
it
but
on
then I
the
thought she did.
calendar.
But it's fine. Whatever. Just let me know if one does get set up.
Yeah, I want to get the information from Josh. You know,
Yep,
obviously
on
we
that.
need the quotes. So he thought, I think he's meeting with someone tomorrow. He said, and Todd was working on the boiler. So I think he thought, you know, in the email he said maybe the end of this week or early next week. So once we have that, you know, I'll distribute it to the building committee and then we'll talk about it.
Thank you. I'm all
And
set
then hopefully we can
at this point in time.
then finalize it. So, all right. So we need to go into executive session in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 21A, Number 3, discuss the strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect of the governor's bargaining or litigating position, also to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, to actually conduct collective bargaining and contract negotiations with non-union personnel. Can I have a motion?
Second, I make a motion that we go into executive session.
Seconded.
Motion is seconded. Roll call vote. Joe?
Aye.
Ken?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
And I am yes. I'm turning off the recording. We are going to return into regular session only to adjourn.